It's a great day, my amazing CEOs. Welcome to the CEO Sales Huddle, a place where you can meet with your sales department to really focus on the sales strategy, the sales structure, and the sales systems that will be used inside of your sales department so that you can not only generate revenue, but also impact the lives of the folks you were called to serve. And for those folks that are allowing us right now to stream into your home, thank you so much. We appreciate it, especially during these incredible times that we're living in right now. Now more than ever, it's a time to focus not only on your sales department, but how we can serve, how we can impact, and how we can change this world and make it a much better place through something called entrepreneurship. So welcome, by the way. Every morning we get started the exact same way, and that is focusing on one of our core philosophies. And one of our core philosophies is success leaves clues. We say that because we understand that there's footprints out there. If someone else has done it, so can we. So every morning we look at a case study. We look at what the CEO's challenges were. We look at how they overcame those challenges, or in some cases, how they made decisions that maybe didn't work out for them. And then we take those best practices and we're able to apply those in our business. Isn't that amazing? Isn't that incredible? What a wonderful way to get started. So let's get started with this morning's case study. Epson America found itself in a difficult situation. The company, a major player in the tech with its roots in Japan, needed more space for its headquarters in Long Beach, California. They had to make a tough decision about whether to stay, remodel, or find a new location. Now, this problem was critical because it impacted not just their employees, but the entire operation, which meant the sales department. Epson's struggle wasn't just about finding a physical space. That's not it. It was about accommodating a growing workforce, but more importantly, here it is from sales, increased demands in their sales departments. An interesting fact is that Epson America generates the most sales out of all of the subsidiaries, which is a testament to its effective sales strategy, sales structure, and sales systems. So with just 600 employees in Long Beach alone and thousands more across America, Epson had to change their sales strategy, focus on the sales message to really target in on each individual audience. Now, Keith Krasut, the president at the time, or CEO, he had to coordinate things. And yes, he had an engineering background. Yes, he had 21 years in various roles, from a product manager to a CEO. But the huge role was, how do I change my sales message? How do I change my sales structure to adjust to the multiple markets that are out there? To solve the problem, Epson considered several options. Remodeling one and saying, well, maybe we'll keep the same message here, but test it over here. Now, you might be wondering, what can a CEO learn from this strategy? Because here's what it does. It shows the possibilities. If you've got to look at all of the possibilities, like in sales, this translates to understanding your target audience, understanding your unique selling proposition, which is different across different markets and different areas, and then having a sales solution that not only meets your customers' demands, but gives them an incredible experience. And one of the ways to do that is the measure, which is something we do every morning on the CEO Sales Huddle. What gets measured gets managed. What gets managed gets better. You know what my big takeaway is? The importance of having a sales strategy that walks into your sales structure. You see, Epson America didn't just react to the space problem. They just didn't say we are making a lot of sales here in America. They had to step back, assess all of the possibilities, and then have a strong sales system which allows them to adapt and to grow. When you do that, you will see your sales go up, 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 up in a way. With that being said, my name, by the way, is Shay Brown, host of the CEO Sales Huddle. Welcome to the CEO Sales Huddle, and thanks for allowing us to be a part of your morning this morning. We're excited. And every morning I like to kind of share. I like to kind of get started. I like to kind of just talk about for a moment our mantra. Now, it's a CEO mantra, not just a sales department mantra. It's a CEO mantra. And that CEO mantra, simply said, it's focus on sales. Now, it's 3 words. You're not going to get blown away by this, but I think it's so important. 3 words: focus on sales. Focus on sales. Focus on sales. You know, as a CEO this morning is tuning in for these 15 minutes that you're here with us right now, go ahead and say those 3 words. You can say them out loud. Focus on sales. Now, if you don't want to say it out loud, say it in your heart. Focus on sales. Focus on sales. Focus on sales. Focus on sales. See, here's my belief. If you can't focus on sales, you can't be in business. Why? Because sales, at the end of the day, it is the oxygen for every great business in history. So without sales, there's always more money going out than there is coming in. Shay, what's the point? Bring the plane home. Land it here for me this morning. Let me lean in and tell you this conversation this morning is serious. The reason why is that selling at the end of the day is very serious business. Now, we have a mantra as well that we like to say. We have a pledge to the sales department. As a CEO, our pledge to the sales department is learn, earn, and return. And I like to share that every morning. I like to state that every morning because it's a true testament to who we are. Go ahead and repeat this after me. I have to learn something new in order to earn new revenue from current clients, in order to get new and old clients to return. So I must learn, I must earn, and I must return. Oh, doesn't that sound good? I love it. I love it. I love it. Now, once you do that, then we go and say, what are our objectives? Why are we here every single morning? Now, you're meeting with your sales department. Like right now, you're here with me, and this might be your sales department meeting. It might be the only sales meeting you have all day long. So let's talk about our 3 objectives. Number 1, let's take a look at what's working yesterday. Let's take a look at our sales progress. Let's also address, just like the case study we did this morning, let's step back and address any true roadblocks. I mean, nothing's perfect. No problem is permanent. No success is permanent. So let's step back and address those roadblocks. And then let's focus on the 5 sales pillars that every CEO needs to know. They need to understand in order to be successful. Sales pillar number 1 is you must have a 1-page CEO sales plan. Sales pillar number 2 is you must understand your sales cycle. Sales pillar number 3, oh, how important is that? You must have a sales message. And then we do a whole segment just on the CEO sales dashboard, which leads us directly into building a 7-figure sales team. Wow. Now, once we do that, I like to check in. I'd like to say first, thanks a lot for joining in this morning and being part of the CEO Sales Huddle. And if you're out there and you're watching right now, if you're watching live on one of the social media platforms, and you can do this, look right below the video, like right below the video right there, like right there, and type in hashtag I'm here. Now, I know you're a CEO. I know you're big time, okay? But it's a great way to connect. I mean, I like to connect with you. You can connect with me. And, we respond to every comment. That's number 1. If you're watching the replay, because you can't be here at 8 a.m., you have your sales meeting at 2 p.m. You have your sales meeting at 6 p.m. Some of you go all day long without a sales meeting. You show up for your sales meeting maybe at 9 p.m. at night. Go ahead and put hashtag replay. Now, if you're watching right now on one of the on-demand platforms like Roku or Apple TV, or one of the ones that you can't do that, go over to @IamCheBrown, @IamCheBrown. Go ahead and drop me a DM. And let me know that you're in the conversation. The number 1 question I get asked often is, why the CEO Sales Huddle? What's the mission, goals, and objectives of it? Well, the CEO Sales Huddle was established to be a place where CEOs could gather to understand how to sell more, faster, easier, quicker, with less effort, so they can get the results they're looking for in a quick way. But we have a big why. And the big why isn't just about sales. It's about looking at the growth of our sales. It's about the accountability of our sales. It's about the consistency of our sales. And to do that, we have a process and a system in place to help you accomplish that. And that is, we get together every single morning for 15 minutes. Now you might say, wow, Shay, 15 minutes, that's not a lot of time. No, 15 minutes every single morning at 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And what's the number 1 reason? Here it is. It represents 1% of the day. There are 1,440 minutes in every day. You get a chance to tune in, and during that 1,440 minutes, you're out here 1% of your day. You know what we're focused on? Our number 1 goal. Now, number 1 outcome for the CEO Sales Huddle. Now, your number may be higher than this. It may be lower than this. Maybe it's double this number. It doesn't really matter. The number 1 outcome is $100,000 plus over and beyond whatever you're earning today of consistent, predictable, reliable revenue. Why? Because you're having a meeting with your sales department. Why? Because you're measuring and managing what's going on in the sales department. Why? Because you're looking at the best practices of other CEOs every single morning and saying, what can I adopt? Why? Because you understand at the end of the day that you never stop learning. So you're in this conversation to get to $100,000 a month of consistent, predictable, reliable revenue. And the question I get asked often is, how do I do that? Seriously, like what am I going to measure, Shay? What am I going to manage? Like give it to me. And so our clients had a challenge. They didn't have a system in place. And so we went and built the CEO Sales Dashboard as a way for them to be able to tune in and look at one place. And the CEO Dashboard, now this is something you should already have downloaded. You can go over to CEOSalesDashboard.com. You should already have this. And I said there's only 5 indicators you need to measure. Because what gets measured gets managed. What gets managed gets better. And there's only 5. There's leads, appointments, offers, deals, and repeat business. Only 5. And every morning on the CEO Sales Huddle, we look at that. So you can pull yours up right now. And it looks something like this. Well, not like this, but like this. And you can pull it up right now. And once you pull it up, you can say, okay, Let me go look and see what's going on in the sales department. Like every morning, you can write this down. Some of you do this while we're on the call. For all the new folks, go across the top and find today's date. For all my seniors, you can look at your number right now. They tune in with me every morning. Thank you so much for being part of this. We appreciate you. You can scroll down. You can look at leads, appointments, offers, deals, and repeat business. You can go in, and inside of there, you can really go ahead and put in your number 1 product, your number 2 product, your number 3 product. And in doing so, we can start measuring, we can start managing what's going on. Let's take a look at just one area this morning. Let's take a look at just repeat business. Now, repeat business means you already have a client, their existing client, and they have to do one or 3 things. They have to buy a new product. So yesterday in the sales department, how many clients purchased a new product? You can put the revenue there if you want to, and that's fine. If I'm in the Apple store and I already own an iPhone and I decide to buy a MacBook Pro, that's a new product. Or maybe it's someone who's going to get an existing product. The existing product means, all right, I already have an iPhone. I go into the Apple store and I decide I'm going to buy a case for my Apple product. Or maybe as you're watching right now, you have an ongoing membership-driven organization. There's some organization that you're paid monthly. Maybe it's a subscription. You're something that you're fulfilling. So you sell it one time and your labor is not involved and the revenue's coming in month after month, but sometimes you bring in new clients and sometimes there's churn. So you've got to go look at that. I want you to go and look at that. And what were those numbers yesterday in the sales department? My belief is what gets measured gets managed. What gets managed gets better. So then we head on over to the next segment, which is celebrate wins. I believe powerful people ask powerful questions. Why? Because questions steer focus. And in this life, you get what you focus on. So there's always 3 questions we're asking ourselves every day. What are you most proud of yesterday? What was your biggest accomplishment in the sales department? That's just the sales department yesterday. And but if you could step up right now and you could just brag. You could put your hands in the air and say, wave them like you just don't care. That's an old song. What would you say right now? And then last, but not least, and then we got to go to the other side and say everything's not perfect, Shay. Everything is not rainbows, cupcakes, and unicorns. There's challenges, and I respect that. There's obstacles. I respect that. We talked about hurdles this morning that the case study had. I respect that. And so in order for us to accomplish that, now we're going to step back and we're going to ask ourselves 3 questions. Number 1, what was your biggest roadblock yesterday? Number 2, what is preventing you today from moving forward? And number 3, what's the one thing you can do that if you did it, it would move your life and or business forward, and you're going to step into it. This is your time. This is your moment. This is what you were born for as a CEO. My message of the day is focus on sales. I know it's not going to sound something like you're going to be blown away, but focus on sales. Focus on sales. Focus on the 3 areas you need to be successful. You need a sales strategy, you need a sales structure, and you need a sales system in place. And with those 3 things, you can build upon it. You can add upon it. There's revenue coming in that allows you to do so many other things. We call it our 4S formula, but it has the 3 S's to focus on it. See, when you do that, you see your sales start going up, 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 up in a way. You're amazing. I know you're incredible. You're a game changer. You're a CEO. And I believe as you're watching right now, you're not only making a difference in the world, but you're going to make a difference in the lives of the folks that you're impacting. With that being said, my name is Shay Brown. It's been an honor and a privilege to serve you. Make it a great day, everyone. And we'll make some good things how we connect again next time. God bless and keep doing God's work. Peace.